Providing mental health resources to students and staff at Lincoln and to families has been one of our top priorities. We've done a lot to train teachers. We started the year with 2.5 days of professional development, focusing on trauma-informed care, suicide prevention, and neurological differences. We've been doing this work for about 10 years, and we're really proud of the work. We have a really good team doing this. That includes our school nurse and our school climate coach, Mr. Perenboom, Jim Hansen, our school psychologist. We also have a partnership with Western Psychological Services that provides therapy, and Judy Hersberg, who's also in the counseling office, in addition to all of our counselors who are trained to support kids.
Portland Public is very focused in on trying to change the way that discipline is looked at. So teachers being trained in collaborative problem solving, restorative justice, practices that are not automatically going to be, you did this and so now this is going to happen, looking out for what's going to take care of the kids and make sure we have answers and not just results.
We're fortunate to have a full-time school nurse, and that's me. And I would say that probably I do 60% mental health work. My door is always open, and students just find their way to me when they're dealing with any stress and anxiety. So I'm of support to them, and also can connect them with a lot of the resources outside of Lincoln, as well as the resources that we have here at Lincoln.
This is my second year as a vice principal, but prior to becoming a VP, I was a counselor here at Lincoln High School for 4 years. And I just want to strongly encourage everyone to utilize the counselors that we have here at Lincoln High School. Sometimes I've heard, well, we don't want to bother you. No, if you need anything, we have an open door policy, and we strongly encourage you to utilize the counselors here at Lincoln High School. They're here to support you.
Look at the class offerings that you have. There's mindfulness, a way to be able to take care of some of the stress in your life by being present with yourself. Arts classes. Any student should be looking for those things that are going to give them a break. If math is the thing that fills you with passion and will give you a little bit less stress, look at ways that you yourself can de-escalate a little bit. But definitely mindfulness is a great class for that.
I agree, and all the hands-on programs and our career technical ed, but definitely singing, playing music, taking arts classes. We've really tried to maintain those programs in part to help students feel balanced. We also try and have a lot of different clubs, and one thing we're excited about this year is we got a Nike grant for $10,000. We worked with students last year to put on a school-wide mental health fair this year. So at Club Fair tomorrow, look for the school-wide mental health planning fair club, because the students can sign up to be a part of planning the 54 breakout sessions that'll happen at the end of November or beginning of December during an extended flex. So we'll be bringing in guest speakers, but I'm so proud of our students and our student leaders for taking action on these topics. Oregon Student Voice has been an incredible group advocating for mental health days. Teen Council is a local group. Our leadership students have been doing a lot, our Safer students also, but a variety of student clubs. And you'll see posters, wellness boards, and resource information. And I agree with Mr. McGee. Please use your resources. Our counselors, our school nurse is incredible. She has a quiet space and zone where she can help talk through problems. Mr. Perenboom is our school climate coach, so always available to talk. And all of your administration cares so much about mental health and reducing stress and anxiety and supporting our kids. We really want Lincoln to be a safe and supportive school, caring community.
Also, Ms. Chapman just mentioned Club Fair. And within this large Lincoln High School community, there are smaller community of students that are working together, supporting one another. I've been lucky enough to be a part of one of these clubs, the Black Student Union, since I arrived at Lincoln High School. And so it's a great place for students who are Black and students who are allies of the Black community to get together and support each other and talk about current events. There's so many things that are going on. Also, out of that came Brothers of Colors and Sisters of Color. And these are smaller groups where individuals can have their own community and talk about, the issues that are affecting them, within the Lincoln community, but outside the Lincoln community. And just having, that community of students working together, I think, has been something that I'm extremely proud of. often if if a student has seen something or seen one of their classmates struggling, it was, within one of those student-led clubs. And so, I strongly encourage kids to take advantage of the over 70 clubs that we have here at Lincoln High School.
And we also really try and support our parents and our families. So we have a Cardinal Families Health Action Network, and they meet monthly to plan information nights for families to support their students. Some of the nights they've had are Suicide Prevention Awareness Night. They have drug and alcohol information because sometimes students who are struggling self-medicate, and we don't want that to happen because it usually is a downward spiral. We've supported families to support their students through sexual identity, and also talk to parents just about how to reduce stress and anxiety around toxic academic school cultures. So we really try and train our teachers, our coaches, our staff, and our parents, and then support students to really be involved at school and have school be a safe and inclusive place.
Yeah, Go Cards isn't just a tagline. We are caring people. We are altruistic people. And students, staff members, community members came together and decided, how do we want to define ourselves? And we want to define ourselves as people who take care of each other. And that's where Go Cards came from.
And I just want to say one thing about what the research shows about feelings of sadness and depression. It has a lot to do with connectedness, and so that's this word connectedness, and what they find is that that's one of the primary reasons that people feel some sadness. And so I think that Mr. McGee's what he had to say about joining clubs, it sounds like, I think you hear that from adults, you should join a club, but actually the research shows that it's very important to be connected to something. And everybody here can find what that something might be. So if you're feeling any amount of sadness, it's good to talk to somebody to talk about what might be available to get them connected, whether it's outside of school or in school. But I think that's really the important piece. So we're here.